The Colosseum in Rome stands as a testament to the grandeur and brutality of the Roman Empire. This iconic amphitheatre once echoed with the roar of the crowd, the clash of steel and the cries of gladiators locked in mortal combat. Gladiatorial combat, a spectacle that both fascinated and horrified, was an integral part of Roman society for centuries. It offered a glimpse into a world where life and death hung in the balance, where courage and skill were tested in the ultimate arena. The origins of these brutal displays are shrouded in mystery and debate. Were they a legacy of the Etruscan funerary rites, a reflection of Roman military prowess, or a complex fusion of cultural influences? Regardless of their genesis, gladiatorial games evolved from solemn rituals to elaborate public spectacles. They captivated the Roman populace, becoming deeply intertwined with Roman society, politics, and entertainment. The world of the gladiators, though often romanticized, was one of hardship, discipline, and the ever-present threat of death. The precise origins of gladiatorial combat remain a subject of scholarly debate. Some historians trace their roots back to the Etruscans, an ancient Italian civilization that predated the Romans. Etruscan funerary rites often involved ritual combat between warriors, possibly as a form of sacrifice to honor the deceased. This practice may have influenced the Romans, who adopted and adapted various aspects of Etruscan culture. Another theory suggests that gladiatorial combat emerged from the Roman practice of. These were public games and spectacles, often funded by wealthy citizens, that served as a form of entertainment and social control. Early may have included armed combats between slaves or prisoners of war, gradually evolving into the more formalized gladiatorial contests. The first recorded gladiatorial games in Rome took place in 264 BC. They were held as part of a funeral ceremony for Junius Brutus Pera, a prominent Roman aristocrat. These early games, while rudimentary compared to later spectacles, marked the beginning of a tradition that would endure for centuries. Gladiatorial combat evolved from solemn funerary rites to mass entertainment. The games grew in scale and extravagance during the late Republic and early Empire. Politicians like Julius Caesar used them to gain popularity. In 65 BC, Caesar organized a massive display with 320 pairs of gladiators. By the 1st century BC, gladiatorial combat was highly organized and regulated. The Roman arena featured diverse gladiators. Each type had unique fighting styles, weaponry, and armor. Iconic types included Samnites, Thracians, Mirmilones, and Retiarii. Samnites were heavily armed with large shields and swords. Thracians used small, curved swords and round shields. Mirmilones had fish-shaped helmets and large shields. Retiarii fought with nets and tridents. The life of a gladiator was one of harsh realities, far removed from the romanticized image often portrayed in popular culture. Gladiators, most of whom were slaves or prisoners of war, endured a brutal existence marked by relentless training, strict discipline, and the constant threat of death. They were housed in barracks known as ludus magnus, where they lived under the watchful eyes of their trainers, known as doctores. The doctores were responsible for the gladiators' physical and tactical training, ensuring their readiness for the arena. Gladiatorial training was rigorous and demanding, designed to hone their fighting skills and prepare them for the brutal realities of combat. Gladiators trained with wooden swords and shields, gradually progressing to real weapons as their skills improved. They sparred against each other, learning to anticipate their opponent's moves and exploit any weaknesses. The diet of a gladiator was carefully controlled, consisting of high-calorie foods designed to build muscle and stamina. They consumed barley, beans, and a drink made from ashes believed to strengthen their bones. While gladiatorial combat is often perceived as an exclusively male domain, historical evidence suggests that women also participated in these bloody spectacles. Female gladiators, known as gladiatrices, were a rare but attested phenomenon in ancient Rome. These women, often from the lower classes of Roman society or from foreign lands, embraced the brutal world of the arena, challenging traditional gender roles. The existence of is documented in various historical sources, including inscriptions, graffiti, and even a few depictions in Roman art. These sources provide tantalizing glimpses into the lives and careers of these women, though their stories remain largely shrouded in mystery. One inscription, discovered in the ruins of Pompeii, commemorates a female gladiator named Achillea who fought with skill and courage. Another inscription mentions a female gladiator who fought under the name of Amazon, highlighting the exotic appeal of women warriors to Roman audiences. Despite their enduring popularity, gladiatorial games were not without their critics. From the early days of the Republic, voices of dissent questioned the morality and social impact of these bloody spectacles. Some prominent Romans, such as the statesman and orator Cicero, expressed reservations about the games, viewing them as excessively cruel and detrimental to Roman virtue. However, it was the rise of Christianity that posed the most significant challenge to the gladiatorial tradition. Early Christians condemned gladiatorial combat as a barbaric and uncivilized practice, incompatible with their teachings of love, compassion, and the sanctity of human life. Christian writers and theologians denounced the games as a form of idolatry and bloodshed, urging their followers to abstain from attending these spectacles. The growing influence of Christianity within Roman society gradually eroded public support for gladiatorial combat. The decline of gladiatorial combat coincided with a period of significant upheaval and transformation in Roman history. The Roman Empire, once a beacon of power and stability, faced internal strife, economic instability, and increasing pressure from external forces. In this context, the bloody spectacles of the arena seemed increasingly anachronistic and out of step with the changing values of Roman society. In 325 AD, Emperor Constantine I, a pivotal figure in the history of Christianity, issued an edict that effectively banned gladiatorial combat throughout the Roman Empire. Constantine's edict, while motivated in part by his Christian beliefs, also reflected broader societal shifts and the changing political landscape of the late Roman Empire. The ban on gladiatorial combat was not immediately or universally enforced, and gladiatorial games continued to be held in some parts of the empire for several decades. However, Constantine's edict marked a turning point, signaling the beginning of the end for this ancient and bloody tradition. Gladiatorial combat, despite its brutal nature, left an enduring legacy on Roman society and beyond. The gladiators themselves, though often drawn from the margins of society, became iconic figures embodying courage, skill, and the pursuit of glory in the face of death. Their exploits entertained and enthralled audiences for centuries, inspiring countless tales of heroism, tragedy, and the indomitable spirit of those who dared to enter the arena. The legacy of the gladiators extends beyond the realm of entertainment. The architecture of Roman amphitheatres, such as the Colosseum, continues to inspire awe and wonder, serving as a testament to the engineering prowess of the Romans. The stories of the gladiators, passed down through history, continue to captivate our imaginations, reminding us of the complexities of human nature and the enduring allure of spectacle and competition.